So, does a cheap one cut the better short? Or is that exactly what you're paying Fable for? Let's find out. 2 weeks ago, a Beijing lab called Moonshot released Kimi K3. Within days, it had passed Anthropic's Opus on broad benchmark rankings and beaten Claude Fable 5 on several coding tests at roughly a third of the price. Then on Monday, they published the weights, so anyone can run it on infrastructure they control. But how is it for video editing? Nobody's checked, so we tested it.
Moonshot's Kimi K3 model has sent ripples through Silicon Valley and Washington.
Moonshot AI.
Kimi K3 suddenly at the top of some leaderboards.
So the test. Both models we run through Select, our editing tool. It maps every word in the footage to the exact frame it lands on. So when a model says cut here, it cuts there. So neither one is held back by the tools or transcription models. Then each one gets the same task. One prompt to make one short from the same footage. We're looking at 3 things. 1, can it find the story? 60 seconds worth posting out of an hour. That's the hardest version of this job. If you can't find the most compelling minute in an hour, you're not an editor. It's also why plenty of people who are great at long form are bad at short form. Different muscle. 2, can it make motion graphics? Not text on screen. Anything can do text on screen. Can it build something that makes a good short better? 3, what will it cost you? Kimi being a third of the price only matters if it doesn't take 3 times as long to get there. Now some of you are already asking, aren't you worried about security? It's a Chinese lab. That's the thing everyone brings up, and it's fair. We had the same issue. I'll show you exactly how we ran this at the end. So let's start at the top. This is the footage, multicam talk show we shot a while back, about an hour of it. The project's already built in Select, so it's synced, it's transcribed. All of that's done. All these models have to do is cut it down to 60 seconds. What I'm gonna do now is give the exact same prompt to both of them. This is a prompt. Here's an hour of a multicam talk show Select's project. Ultimate tier list. Make me one short out of it, under 60 seconds. Find the most memorable moment in the footage and build around it. That's it. I'm not telling it what the hook is. I'm not telling it what style I want. I want to see if it can find the moment on its own. Alright, so let's go straight into Claude and copy and paste the prompt I've prepared. Alright, Claude first draft is now done. As you guys can all see, it not only just clipped the video out of the whole podcast, it also switched multicams based on context and visuals. It took around 10 minutes, which was pretty long. It took less than 4 to 5 minutes when I did that with Opus last time. As you guys can see, Fable takes a lot of time, whether in coding or even in video editing. Alright, now we're gonna do the exact same thing to Kimi. I'm gonna copy and paste the prompt that I've used before. And for this Kimi run, we're gonna use the Pi open source coding agent. There are a lot of coding harnesses that you can use for models like this, such as OpenCode or Pi agent. This time we're gonna use Pi instead of using the Kimi native apps or Kimi code. And the reason that we're doing that is because of ZDR. ZDR stands for Zero Data Retention. We value customer data very seriously, and we also value our team's data seriously too. While Kimi does not offer ZDR officially in their documents, Kimi is a open weighted model, which means that companies such as Fireworks host that weight on their own server with ZDR supported. This time, we're using Fireworks API for Kimi K3. One thing that I love about Kimi is that it shows its thinking process in a very transparent way, unlike another model like GPT or Claude, which tries to hide its thinking process as much as possible, obviously because of distillation. But since Kimi has not a lot of things to lose, it shows basically everything of its thought process. The reason that I love this is because that I can also learn how LLMs think, or when I'm coding, an internal logic that I didn't think about. And one disclaimer is that Kimi K3 is not available in our app right now. We're not focusing on supporting open-weighted models yet, but we've been actively developing our own models, such as Force Aligner or SCTs, which help LLMs to reach the best performance. Write a comment below if you want Kimi to be supported. Alright, so the draft creation is now finished, and Kimi is currently working on switching the multicam based on context. Alright, the short is now done. It looks like Kimi chose the trackpad war for the short. So let's begin watching.
Useful?
I mean, they're useful, they're just not fun.
And again, I think it's like definitely like
depends on what you're working on. Like if you're just doing like a vlog, like editing like a vlog with one camera, then like, you don't need proxies. There's no point. But on like a big production, even to be honest, like what we're on now, we've got 4 cameras, all I assume like 4K log.
I feel like you just judge us. Yeah,
I judge you.
I'm not gonna lie, this camera looks super tilted. Like, I look like I'm gone crazy.
Kind of like a weight shifting moment of like panning.
You gotta change the light. Yeah.
There you go. I like this tripod. It's good tripod.
Did you say it's 60?
He likes 3 legs.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Cut.
Oh, I'm just glad it's not me today.
HR on set.
Sorry.
Just say unhinged things. It gets cut out a lot. I said a lot of things in the videos and she has to cut them out.
Oh, she said that?
Editing it in my mind as we're going through.
Oh, this is crazy. I mean, this is a shot that I would have picked if I've clipped this. Now let's take a look at the second draft.
This one's gonna be funny. A trackpad.
Oh my gosh. F. F.
Wait a minute. No.
That's the
Okay, I'm gonna have to agree to disagree on this one.
okay, this is our first clash.
Yeah, our first clash.
I'm an A.
Oh, they use it in place of a mouse?
Yeah, this is legit, like, I've seen people
For editing?
The shell?
who don't have a mouse.
The
Really?
shell doesn't have a mouse.
Trackpad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't like edited with a mouse?
She doesn't even know what a mouse is.
That's crazy. It'll change your life. I give it a B.
A B. Whoa. Oh, so I said A.
I would put it like D.
Okay, so you said D, I said A, you said B. So are we okay with C or B?
B.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it.
Well, personally, as a big trackpad fan, I'll give like a S, definitely. But I would say that Claude won. Personally, although I'm a big trackpad fan, I still use it every day for work. I would give the first short a little bit better score because it was genuinely more fun. The second short had an interesting topic with a lot of laughs and a lot of like banters, quarrels. The multicam switch also looked pretty seamless. Obviously because Select's core algorithm optimized a lot for genuine seamless multicam switch, just like a human editor would cut. Also for the timing, it took around 10 minutes for both models. And since we've reviewed all the cuts of these 2 models, let's move to the graphic part now, which is the fun part. Alright, so just like we did before, we're gonna begin with Claude. I'm not telling it where to put anything. I wanna see if it knows why we've put something there at all without me having to explain anything. So this is a prompt. Add motion graphics to this short. I want it to hold attention better than it does now. Let's see how it does. Based on my experience in the previous video, Fable did an okay job in the first iteration, and it started getting better and better again after the second and third iteration. But I have never tried creating graphics with Kimi before, so I'm genuinely excited to see how it goes. It looks like it's done. It put a banner for the hook and karaoke captions and HR on set stamp that slams. I'm so excited to watch this, but before this, let's move to experimenting with Kimi. Obviously, we're gonna paste in the same prompt. As I mentioned before, Kimi is exposing its thought process very cleanly. Oh, and it actually watched the video and matched the color code based on the clothes they're wearing, which is obviously accurate. Ducky to pink, Aiden to blue, K to yellow for contrast. So one great thing about Select is that it actually detects who's speaking right now by reading all the lips and actually watching the video. It can also map the names to the certain speaker. Of course, if you don't mention the name, it's not going to be mapped. But if you mention the name at least once, like, oh, I'm Ducky, the name's automatically mapped to the speaker profile. Well, now the motion graphics are in. It chose karaoke captions and the grade stamps and some other visual elements. So let's review it on Select, starting from the Claude version.
Tripod's good tripod.
Did you say it's 60?
He likes 3 legs.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Cut.
Oh, I'm just glad it's not me today.
HR on set.
Sorry.
Just say unhinged things. It gets cut out a lot. I said a lot of things in the videos and she has to cut them out.
Oh, she said that?
Editing it in my mind as we're going through.
Yeah, the captions were good. I hope that there were slightly less words, probably like 4 words per line, but the caption animation was pretty clean. It would have been also great if there was another like visual element, such as like more hooking animation or something like that. But it's okay. It's acceptable. And let's take a look at the Kimi version.
This one's gonna be funny. A trackpad.
Oh my gosh. F. F.
Wait a minute. No.
That's the
Okay, I'm gonna have to agree to disagree
Oh,
on this
okay, this is our first
one.
clash.
Yeah, our first clash.
I'm an A.
Oh, they use it in place of a mouse?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this is legit. Like I've seen people
For editing?
The shell.
who don't have a mouse.
I
Really?
Shell
only
doesn't have a
use
mouse.
Trackpad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't like edited with a mouse?
She doesn't even know what a mouse is.
That's crazy. It'll change your life. I give it a B.
A B. Whoa. Oh, so I said A.
I'm gonna put it. I would put it like D.
Okay, so you said D. I said A. You said B. So are we okay with C or B?
B.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna
not-
go with it.
Okay, I still can't agree with the trackpad B rating, but I think Fable was way better than Kimi this time. Because while Fable had a pretty
Did you say it's sexy?
He like
pretty clean captions effect, Kimi's captions effect was too
this one's gonna be funny. A
Too dis-
trackpad.
too distracting. Also, the progress bar at the top, I didn't really like it. And the FA stamps were also too distracting. So yeah, I would definitely go with Fable for motion graphics. But since this is our first round, so we will have to go through multiple revisions, especially for the motion graphic part, as you learned from the last video. If you haven't watched the video, check this out. I think we can judge the result in 3 ways. 1 is the short cut quality, and 2 is the visual quality, and 3 is obviously the coast. And to begin with the cut, both had natural cuts. It preserved the silences and some pauses well. It also cut the story very naturally so that it does not cut off any important information. But I would say that Fable was slightly above Kimi because I liked how spicy that reel was. While Kimi, it was fun, the trackpad was fun, but wasn't hooky enough to bring like 1 million views. For the visuals, I say that Claude also won because if you take a look at the subtitles,
Oh my god, yeah, that's so good.
Claude added a nice clean captions, while Kimi's captions
Oh, they use it in
and the AF stamps were a bit too aggressive so that it distracts the viewers. So for the visuals too, Claude won. And for the last coast part, Kimi obviously won. Both of them took around 10 minutes and 5 minutes each for drafting and creating visuals. Kimi used about 20% more tokens than Fable, but the problem is that Kimi is around 3 times cheaper than Fable for token cost only. For Fable, it's $10 per 1 million input token and $50 for output token, while for Kimi, it's only $3 per 1 million input token and $15 for output. So we can roughly say that Kimi is about 3 times cheaper than Fable. So even though Kimi is a lot cheaper, 3 times cheaper than Claude, I would obviously still use Claude because I still have a existing max subscription. But if you are sensitive about cost and want more efficiency rather than the one-shot accuracy, I would say that you go with Kimi. If you want to try Select, there's a link in the description. You can click that, download the app, and there will be a 7-day free trial. Thank you for watching.